Hello. I'm tired.
But you're happier than you look.
I am happier than I look. TechCrunch is great. TechCrunch was TechCrunch.
What do you mean?
TechCrunch is still kind of scammy to me. I don't know, man. Like, it's like all those companies that like don't have a great, like they don't have a lot of potential, and like they're like, and like not to say anything about these people flying out from like all over the fucking world to like come here and present to investors, but I don't know.
I don't think it's scammy. Some companies are like pretty legit.
And, yeah, but like the legit guys are like already legit. I don't know. I don't believe that like this sort of thing makes or breaks anything. I don't believe in the concept of trade shows, and I don't believe in the concept of like conferences, like these kind of conferences. They don't feel like ways like an honest and.
Sorry about that.
This is Joy.
Hello.
This is
Hi,
Alexis's
Vaughn.
roommate.
Effectively your roommate.
Yes. Essentially.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like the make or break of a company is like pretty dependent on the staff, the like all the shit, right? Like no one's ever said that like me going to tech like this conference, me going to that conference, me going to this trade show really like turned our luck around.
Not really turn your look around. I think it exposes you more to like the rest of industry.
I suppose.
That's kind of, it's like if you used to think like, oh, like there wasn't anything like going on or like mind blowing, and you like look at all these companies and you're like from your own company, it's kind of like a cool environment.
It's a nice environment. I think it's I don't think anyone should be charging $2,000 for a ticket, but at the same time, like I guess I don't understand the marginal value of like being a company and like having a representative there.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like some of the big companies aren't really like doing anything. Like I like the IBM one, and I like the
Boeing.
Yeah, and I like Boeing, right?
Boeing is
like,
really good.
They actually like had stuff that they promoted that was like relevant. Like Lenovo was kind of there and like irrelevant.
Lenovo wasn't doing anything. They didn't have anything going on.
They were trying to show off their computing power, but they weren't doing anything. Like the guy said like, oh, like it was just supposed to be like for your computing needs, and like you were supposed to like test their hardware.
It's not gonna be us, right? It's gonna be like guys who are like building hardware, who need some processing power, who are building cloud platforms, and they're like, hey man, come over, and like they know what metrics to look for. They know like what to run. They have like a USB drive with like their shit, and they're trying to like they're shopping around for like whatever. Like there's a reason. I guess like they have a target audience.
No, Lenovo also has like a different thing. I think it wasn't in the expo hall. I signed up for it, but I didn't go. But it was like you're supposed to like show off their like new products. And can you stop? They were supposed to show off their new products, and you could like book sections with them to like review their products like very directly. It's like their way of getting like user feedback from like someone relevant in the industry. I don't know how much that like matters to them, but that was just like something they had going on.
It was cool that we were students there. That was really cool. I actually really liked that component of the thing. Right?
Yeah.
That like these people are like kind of jaded and old, and like they're used to seeing old people, and like I don't know. I can't imagine like a lot of these companies get a lot of college grad applicants. Well, like college applicants.
Yeah, like a lot of these startups are like
just because like they're not on the radar, right?
Yeah.
And like I don't know. I really like the semiconductor dudes. I'm sorry that I spent too much time with them.
You should be working with semiconductors,
I
should not.
I don't know. So you liked talking to the dude with maps.
Yeah.
Maps?
Yeah.
Oh, there was like this one guy.
Uh-huh.
It's like this company called TomTom. Like we literally had like I think like at home I have a GPS that was like follows their maps.
Oh, that's so
and
cool.
then it was like super interesting.
This video is sponsored by TomTom.
And they were like getting people to know their APIs, and then their like headquarters in Amsterdam.
Oh, that's so cool.
And then apparently like Apple and like
Apple
Uber
Maps is built
and like
off
everything
the back
is like
this.
based off of this map, but like no one knows about it, so they're just like they're just there, like, promoting their API so, like, people could use it for, like, games like, oh, like, Pokemon Go. Like, where do I need to, like, find these things?
So cool.
So, like, that was cool. I really only stayed there for that long so I could enter their Twitter giveaway to win a Nintendo Switch. And I couldn't log into my Twitter account, so then I just ended up staying there talking to the guy. But it was cool because he worked at Amsterdam and he was also Canadian, but he did not like the Raps and he only liked the Toronto Maple Leafs.
That's funny.
So I was like, not okay.
Do you feel like it was a valuable experience?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's like really nice to go to there as a student. You get a lot of exposure to like. I feel like I learned today.
I'm more excited to go like see people
on
talk.
Friday. Yeah. I guess like one of the big takeaways for me today was like people don't really know what they're doing, and like a lot of people, like a lot of like the difficulties that like we struggle with now, we can look forward to struggling with the rest of our lives. Which is like, you know, well, like the better way to put it is like, you know, when people like feel pretty in control of their lives and like, you know, they're fine, they're like pretty happy. We're like about that happy right now, and like there's nothing we're missing. We're not missing out on like a lot. I like old people. I like old engineers. I like old guys who stayed true to their crafts. I like the guys who didn't like, you know, rise above and like join management and like try to climb the ladder and make a lot of money. And they stayed in the drawing room and they kept coming up with new, in this case, semiconductors.
And they enjoy it, so that's great.
Yeah.
Life is all about doing what you enjoy.
It's really nice to like see people who don't have like blockchain or like MLAI in their job description, in their department name, and like they don't get emails from like a bunch of like crappy college kids asking about their industry, asking about the conventions, asking about their trade, basically their craft. And it's like nice to see their eyes light up when you ask them questions that are like pretty targeted. I know a little bit. I know like a decent amount about semiconductors, and like the industry as a whole. You know, general trends in it. So like when I commented on it, it was like really cool to like see the dudes. They were happy. They like kind of droned on because they were excited to talk about their thing, right? Their version of excitement as like 50-plus-year-old guys was like to sort of stand there and like. Their version of excitement is just to keep talking, right? Yeah. You can imagine if you asked them, like, are you guys recruiting? They'd be like, no. Are you guys looking for, you know, like, something that I might be interested in? Like, no. Like, if you're, like, we're asking, like, on the basis of, like, what your interests are, they would have just, like, shut you down.
Yeah.
But like, because, you know, you ask them about themselves, and then just go on and on. It was really
yeah,
nice.
I know nothing about the industry.
She found them boring.
They were very boring.
It was a little boring, but it's like I.
No,
that's
like
I don't know enough about it. It was cool. It's cool
also
like
it's cool.
It's objectively cool. It's subjectively boring to you.
No, it was cool. I just don't know how to comment on it. It's like they were like, yeah, because you were like asking them questions about like, oh, like people were saying like 90% of people were like built by these companies, and then you're like, oh, is this true? I'm like, I literally don't know these facts. Like, I can't even ask these questions if I wanted to ask these questions. And, like, the things they answered were like, oh, okay, it's, like, different perspective and stuff, which is, like, fine, but it also wasn't, like, mind-blowing. It's, like, yeah, like, everyone kind of, like, skews their stats towards, like, certain perspectives. And, yeah, like, after they said that, I also, like, still wouldn't know what to ask.
Yeah. I mean,
I just don't know anything about this industry.
I like it's nice to I really don't like asking the questions. I feel like these people have like heard from preppy college kids who are only interested in their own jobs, job search. I don't know. It feels kind of disrespectful.
Maybe.
We're really tired. Hackathon's going okay. I guess like we'll make the next one about project itself, or maybe we'll like do that tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. Doesn't really matter too much. The video's like dragging kind of long.
Tired. I have 2 midterms tomorrow. Gonna die. Bye. Bye.